Right, looking at this unit, the customers reported it's tripping, although it was a bit, I thought they said it was taking out all the power, the main RCD, earth leakage trip. Anyway, I couldn't find where it was turned off, which made me wonder why, one, why it wasn't running, and two, if it was tripping the power, why it wasn't doing it now. But anyway, I've turned that off now, but we have power here, fuse is okay, contactor looks okay, all the wiring in the top here looks okay. So it's actually off on the pressure switch. So before I stuck the gauges on there, then the system's on pump down. So the first thing I thought is it's not running, but should it be running? So I'm going to have a look at the solenoid. This is on an old Alfa Laval milk tank, old fiberglass, blue fiberglass on the outside. So you've got three coils in there, 3 separate circuits, 2 water pumps, pump the water around. That's your solenoid there. They're quite odd because it's got a distributor to split the feed up before it gets to the valves. That's the only place I've ever seen that done. Seems a bit, I mean it works, but anyway, that's our valve. It feels cold, so it should be warm if it's calling for cooling. That's got a non-contact voltage detector in it if you hold the button down. So that's saying we've got power there. And usually with a solenoid, if you hold a clamp meter over the coil with the jaws apart, let's see if we can zoom out a bit, like that. Yeah, that should show an amperage reading on there, but it's not. It doesn't mean anything. But as long as you've got an amp or 2 or 5 amps, or whatever it is, and it will change as you move that about. But that's just picking up the magnetic field. We're not getting anything with that, so we'll confirm we've got a live and a neutral in there, but I'm suspecting the coil's gone, which is rare for these spawn ones. I very rarely, it'll probably be the 3rd one I've ever seen go if it has. But anyway, we'll get that checked. Okay, got the cover off, and that's showing we've got 230 volts on the feed to that, and it's a 240 volt coil. So the ice bank control is working. That's on the end of that sensor. That measures the resistance of the water, and well, they need a clean anyway. That pin is quite rusty. See if I can zoom in. The bottom one. That one's cleaning. So that's sensing there's no ice. Control's working. It's just that coil's gone. So I don't know if I've got a coil or whether we'll have to change it, because I usually only keep Danfoss stuff on the van. Let's see what we've got. I was going to say how good this stuff is at loosening off screws that are rusted in. So we got the one off the cover undone easily, and then I sheared that one off, so there we are. But anyway, that's quite good stuff if you can get it. It's like WD-40 sort of style. There we go, that's the compressor running. Just going to have a look at that. Okay, well this might not have run for a few weeks or something, because they got 3 milk tanks and they're only using 2. So circuit is either full or empty. That's full. Not a lot of heat in there. That's warming up. Head's quite cold on the compressor. Getting some heat in there. There we go. The bubbles are coming through there now. been running for a good 10 minutes while I've been hunting about, see what I've got. I actually found a spare coil. Usually I put downforce stuff on there, but I did have a 3/8 brazing solenoid valve, so I was going to change it just to coil, but then I thought where that bolts, the screw snapped off, I won't, unless I put cable ties around it. It's a bit of a bodge. And these tend to be quite buzzy, I find. They can be quite buzzy even with the screw done up. They just hum, and people sort of, complain about it or worry about it making a noise. So I think what we might do is actually change the valve completely. I mean, that's probably I'm trying to think. I've been coming here for 25 years and I don't remember changing that, so it's got some age to it. That wouldn't have been what we carry on the van normally. Even back then it would have been probably a Parker or a Teddington valve if it had been from van stock. Anyway, that's got some heat to it now. It's just getting a bit of ice on there. That water's probably warm. Temperature gauge is saying 10 degrees, so it's going to be too warm to start making ice for an hour or two. I think we'll get that pumped down, get this cleaned up, and then we can put a complete valve in there. Be a better job really, and then hopefully I've got a dryer. Yeah, need to have a look at my stock on the van. Right, anyway, let's get this done. Everything's dusty here. It's all cow cake. There's the feed bin for the cows, so they blow the cake in with that air, and all the dust from the cake as it's being blown in comes out, and it covers everything. Don't see many of these valves anymore. If you're going to do them, you need one of these C-spanners. Put a screwdriver on there and hit them, and it just chips the plastic, especially when this is probably 30 plus years old, probably 35 years old. Anyway, we'll get this pumped down. It's 3/8 brazing. Probably got one on the van. Probably due changing. It was probably done when we put the compressor on, so that's been on there 10 years. So we'll need to put a new dryer in there as well. Okay, that's reading a little bit high. So we've pumped it down, let it sit for a bit. Pump it down a little bit more. There we go, that's about 0. Shut it off, and then we'll shut the head valve in so it don't bleed back across. These old style adjustables are quite handy for working on fridge stuff, because you can get them in somewhere where you can't get a normal adjustable, and they usually open really wide for the size of them, so they're good for like valve caps and things. Right, got that brazed in. Didn't go too badly. Just have the torch on really hot, get it hot really quick, then so you don't get too much heat in the body. And I sort of had a rag round it while I did one side. Be careful with these because they're fiberglass, so you don't want to get any heat on that at all. Actually, the guy set fire to his tank. He left a space heater in there in the winter, and set fire to the whole side of the tank, and they had to get, because it's fiberglass, they got a somebody did boat repairs to come out and do it, because they were used to doing fiberglass on boats and things. Anyway, I think that's good. Go and get the dryer changed, then we can leak test it and vac it out. Well, change that dryer. That was the biggest one I had in there. It's a 083, 8 cubic inch. I usually put 16s on most things, but anyway, that's probably better than the old one. It's been there 10 plus years. I've sprayed all the dust down with water before I did any brazing, because it's very easy to set stuff like that on fire. A lot of dust is really flammable, or even dust in the air can be explosive. I think we did some work at a bakery, and they said the flour dust can explode if you're not careful. Anyway, so that's why that's all wet. I just got a little sprayer, just sort of spray it all down. So we've got that on back now. Give it a few minutes and see what it does. Oh, I've got to wire the coil in. I'll go and do that while I'm waiting. Got this little sander for cleaning these and cleaning pipe up if you want to braze it. So, come in all set, get the charger and some sanding discs. I've got one of these roll-up bristle discs as well. Just unscrew. That's the make and model. I think I've got it on eBay somewhere. About 130, 150, something like that. Yeah, that's what they're like if they haven't got a screw in them. So that's what that one's like anyway. So much for that. See what we can do with that. It's a bit better. See what it sounds like with some gas in it. Right, that's a bit better. Just a hum. I remember reading somewhere that if you get one that's buzzy, you might have to just pinch the case in a bit, because I think a lot of the noise is if the coil's loose, it vibrates inside the metal that's on the outside of it. Right, that's quietened down now. Now it's got some gas going through it. Maybe it was the little plunger buzzing. So usually fit Danfoss, so don't get that problem with Danfoss. But then the coils tend to burn out quite regularly. These ones are coils very rarely go, but I've seen quite a few where the seat's worn and they don't seal anymore. So if you get a spool-on body with a Danfoss coil, you'd have, get it the other way around, Danfoss body with a spool-on coil, you'd have a pretty bomb-proof solenoid. Yeah, that's done. Clean the ice paint probe, it's back in there. These water pumps. That one I think should fire up on the time delay. They come in stages. Originally they'd start the panel and then 30 seconds, a minute later one pump would kick in, and then 30 seconds, a minute later the second pump would kick in. They've got these Sunvic thermal relays and a little heater and a bimetallic strip, so they take a while to turn on, then they take a little while to turn off, and they've been obsolete for years now. But it used to stagger the start current, because these things pull a fairly big, they're a big motor, and they run at 3000 RPM, so they pull a few amps when they start. Where that lead's been out in the muck, they usually wrap a cloth or a paper towel around it and then wind it in, and that sort of wipes most of the dirt off. Years ago I did have been doing some work on a farm, and then was putting some air conditioning in an office, and I run the lead out and they put a nice cow shit stripe up their carpet. So lesson learned, you should give them a wipe with something as you wind it in. And that's what's come off of that lead. It's still a bit grubby on the ends, but I think that's more stones than the natural dirt. It's my little, I think it's a TP3. I've got it set up with all the tools just to put the gauges on, maybe change the pressure switch and adjust it. So, little valve ratchet. We've got another one there that's got a hexagon head for these plugs. Another offset hexagon one. 7/16 to 9/16, that will fit on. That'll fit on there. I've got this one which is 9/16 for big waters. 3/4 will fit on that now. Got that ratchet, that'll fit on these valve caps. And it's got slightly different size, because some of these units, the plastic caps, have two different sizes. So that's 13/16 and 15/16. A wide opening irregular, which is same as channel lock. These people make them for channel lock. Small little Gunora 6-inch adjustable. Has it 13 and 12mm. Some of the Danfoss pressure switch with 12mm. That'll hold that. These will also fit on these. I need to do them. And I've got a Williams Super Slim 1/2-inch and 7/16, and the 7/16 will hold the backing nut there. Do the hose up without twisting it. Channel offset grips. Got a screwdriver, that's got fillings on the other end, and the shaft pulls out. So I've got this set, it says Draper on it, but I think it's Excelite or something like that. And that's got all different sized nut drivers and screwdriver ends and an extension. I got that for 99p on eBay, nobody else bid on it. That lives in there. And then we've got a mirror and a coil brush that's seen better days. And in here I've got sort of like adapters, core tool, a little brittle tool, that's 1/4 inch, that'll fit them valve stems. it's a small and solenoid, not solenoid, expansion valves. You can adjust for that. Really old Frigidaire stuff used to have that size on the receiver. It lives in there. That usually lives in the other tool bag, because I hardly ever use that. Maybe there's probably only about 2 places I've got these plastic caps. Still in use. Hand tight only, I think it is. Seal hand tight. Took off, running about -5, -6. Got a bit of warmth in it now. Right, it's back and running. I usually sort of walk around when I finish just to make sure I've not left any tools lying about, and then just hand test anything you should have done up. Valve cap there, those covers are all on that. Screws are in there. Sometimes you'll forget to